Chapter 4.1, Divisibility and Mental Math. So today we're going to be talking about divisibility rules and why they are important. Okay, the vocab for today is pretty basic. Divisible, a number is divisible by another if it goes in evenly. Even numbers and odd numbers. By now you should all know what even and odd numbers are. But we're really going to be focusing on these key concepts today. Okay, specific divisibility rules. You guys are all very familiar with basic divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10, but what about some of those other numbers, like 3 or 9? One that your book does not mention is divisibility rules for 6, so I'm going to add it down here. A number is divisible, can't speak today. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. So check out the key concepts on page 158, which list divisibility rules, and then come back and we'll get started on example 1. Okay, so using mental math for checking for divisibility. In problem A, is 56 divisible by 7? Basic math facts, which is why it's so important to have those facts memorized. Yes, 56 is divisible by 7 because 7 times 8 equals 56. Okay, basic math fact. B, is 56 divisible by 4? Well, in our basic math facts, we only go up to 4 times 12, which is 48. So I'm not entirely sure, but I know from problem A that 56 is divisible by 8. Because 56 is divisible by 8, and 8 equals 4 times 2, then yes, 56 is divisible by 4. If I wanted to, I could prove it. 56 divided by 4, 1, it goes in 14 times. But I don't want to prove it necessarily. I want to be able to use mental math to make that decision. So because 4 is a factor of 8, and 8 is a factor of 56, then 4 must also be a factor of 56. All right, let's take a look at example 2. Is 715 divisible by 2, 3, 5, and 10? So when you are answering questions like this in your work today, I would like you to write the original number. I would like you to write all of the numbers that you are testing by so that you can then answer. Well, 715 is odd, so I know it is not divisible by 2. It ends in a 5, so I know it's divisible by 5. But it ends in a 5, not a 0, so I know it's not divisible by 10. But let's talk about the rule for 3. So, if a number, when you add its digits, so here I'm adding 7 plus 1 plus 5. If that sum is divisible by 3, the entire number is divisible by 3. But 7 plus 1 plus 5 equals 13, and 13 is not divisible by 3, so no, 715 is not evenly divisible by 3. Okay, this little trick is really handy because that will also help you with divisibility by 6. Because remember, 6 is divisible by 2 and by 3. Okay, so when you are doing your problems, make sure that you are structuring like this. Write the original problem and each of the numbers and then tell me yes or no. If you need to, for example, with 3, you need to justify why your answer is no. Add them up. The sum, not divisible by 3, so no. Okay, example 3. There are 163 people signed up to play softball. Each team will have exactly 9 players. Will everyone who signed up get a spot on a team? So, you have a couple of options. You could actually divide 163 divided by 9 and see what your quotient is. But we're trying to use mental math. So instead, I'm going to use the divisibility rule for 9, which is very similar to 3. If I add the sum of the digits, and that sum is divisible by 9, the whole number is divisible by 9. But here my number is divisible by 10, so no. There will be one player not on a team. So how do I know there will be one player not on a team? Because this would give me a remainder of 1. If I divided 10 divided by 9, I would get 1 with a remainder of 1. This remainder, that's the one person not left on the team. Okay, use those divisibility rules to solve your quick checks in your CYU, and we will go over this the next time I see you.